girl, my dad.
Oh my god.
I look so ugly.
Seal came on my page today.
Lucky you, fam.
Imagine that.
Do you know?
I used to love him.
That's my
I used to love his,
Seal is
loved it when he
sick.
had his locks. That's when I was
Hey
still
there.
at school then. I was like, ooh, give me
Kiss
some of that.
from
I was like, ooh.
I always thought it was a bounty though.
That's not known. He likes the world. He loves the universe.
Right then.
He loves love.
For his girl, she was balling.
Oh.
I was like, it's
Yeah.
amazing. It's amazing.
This is
this
the thing.
like right here.
Yeah, this is what we need. And if people ever knew what we've been going
Struggles
through and
we've been
still
through.
going through,
It's
hey!
not it's, exactly. It's
I
not
have
even
no
like
idea.
it's not even like a hiding thing. It's just you're humble.
Mm.
And if you want to know
living way beneath our greatness,
limits and that.
way beneath, while people are walking around acting like they're struggling and left us
Exactly.
in problems.
You're not struggling at all. Don't know what you're talking about,
If
babes.
people ever knew. So many people that I shouldn't even talk to.
Oh.
So someone just cash up me 2 teeth. Because it's about 2 that gives
Cash
a
up
short.
you 2 teeth.
You heard me.
You don't cash out teeth.
I don't care what them do. Them
Coins.
bring it.
You need to shake your tail if ever for that man. Exactly.
Maybe I might.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No, would anybody else? Might as well just do it then.
Yes.
Yes. Stomach muscles coming back. Hey.
Now I'm looking a bit too hench, mum. I don't like it. I avoid all the arm exercises, but I'm still looking. Anyway,
Clap down, mate. Clap down.
so I was watching this couple on YouTube, and they were asking each other a question. The question was,
Mm.
who should come first in your life, in your relationship? Your mum,
Mm.
baby mum,
Mm.
your wife, your daughter, or the side chick? First of all, side chick, remove. Remove.
She belongs to the streets.
Streets. But go on.
I've been a shy chick, but didn't know. I
Yeah,
didn't
but
know.
it's okay when you
I
don't
wasn't
know.
a willing participant. I just worked out. I was like,
Side chick, I would be.
and I was out because I don't need to be shy chick. Understand?
That's
that.
what I'm saying. Number one, only. Period.
Not because I'm not good enough, but because some men are just famished. They're just constantly hungry.
I don't agree with that. Sorry.
Why don't you just be single and then sleep?
Exactly.
Put your willy in the sky. Who's free today? Where's the batty in the sky?
They're not good with
like
monogamy.
human dogs, like dogs.
Animals.
Sniffing for batty. Leave me alone.
Disgraceful.
Anyway.
Treacherous behaviour.
So I have I would say, a good amount of wisdom now.
Yes.
Mainly because I've made a lot of boo-boos, a lot of mistakes. I've done a lot of self-searching. I've even gone counselling. And my opinion might not be to everybody's taste, but here it goes. So, the child. And I shall tell you why. It's like when, have you ever set a first aid? We call
Watch
it.
Marley.
This what is you want.
What me say? Come in.
Something crazy is literally going on Monument Valley. I beat all the levels on Monument Valley 1, and look what's going on. Is
No.
it the Queen Crow?
Oh
why is
my
there a
gosh,
red
wait,
crow?
wait. Meet him in the air.
Look, they're telling
No more burdens will they have to bear. And
She turned into the Queen! That's why!
what she did, she elevated herself. I always like that.
Wait, keep watching. It's probably going to go somewhere cool. Eden needs to play.
Don't say.
Yeah,
Right.
can you close the door, please?
That's right on cue.
Nobody
So-
can style me.
I'm going to liken this to a first aid thing or social working. I'm not a social worker, but family members are called. The first thing you have to do is identify the danger in the room and the vulnerable people. This is the mindset I'm coming from. Who is the most vulnerable in the situation? Now, I understand you've got to respect your relationship and respect your woman and honour your woman or honour your man. I understand that. I understand that you might not even like your previous child's mother or father. I also get that too. But everybody in the situation must be honoured, but nobody more than the child. And the reason to that is because that child is entirely dependent on the behaviour, the support and the care of the mother and father. And anything that happens in that child's life and to them psychologically is based on what the parents are doing or not doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And at the end of the day, if you're with a partner that would not encourage you to put your child first, and even
Delete
before
it.
them, they don't love you.
Delete it.
They don't. I'm telling you, they don't love you. They love themselves, and especially them kind of woman. I'm going to speak. I don't care. You see them kind of woman that got pitney and don't want the man to have their own pitney round, or they only want their children to matter. You need to go in the bin. At the end of the day, the child has to grow up. And the issues, all right, let's bring it back to us as adults. How many of us are still trying to get over things that our parents did to us?
Everybody, don't lie. Don't lie, everyone. There's always childhood trauma that people don't deal with. And it just affects your relationships with people
Right.
because you haven't addressed it.
Anybody, a parent says, I put myself first, because if I don't put myself first, then how could I put my kids first? Get it, but the child is yourself. They came out your vagina or your ball bag or your belly, out of your body. Therefore, when you're putting yourself first, there is no way you can't put the child first as well. They are from you, they are you. And that's all I've got to say. Anyone wants to argue, that's up to them. But that child is totally dependent on the survival based on what their parents are or not do. What you do or do not do
Affects
the child. And I don't care if I was in love and I had a relationship. People are grown, and you should be grown enough to understand that a father or a mother putting their child first doesn't mean that you are not important. You're grown. To be honest, adults are acting like children.
I was just
They're
about to
acting
say
like
that.
children.
That's basically childish.
Straight up, you're acting like children. And also you whack. And also you should cut off the body stream. What do you call it? The vernacular of the willy sperm. Cut it off. And anyone that's got a wound, close it up. Close it up. Like, that's what I was going to say. You're going to hear me mention narcissism a lot because that's something I learned about in my own conditioning. But I honestly think it's a social global issue. I honestly think it affects society at large.
Everything is based off
definitely
hierarchy and narcissism.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
Not sorry.
At the end of the day, now I'm an adult with children. Even when I was trying to do the right thing, the balanced thing, I messed up and it affected my children. Even when I thought that what I was doing was the right thing.
Trifling.
I mean, how many people, what would you do to people who tried to literally take your child away and admitted when the child's 17 years they did the aim
16?
was,
No,
17th
no, it's
birthday?
my 17th birthday.
Their aim was to steal you. They would,
They did kidnap me.
But at the time when I said, do you think anybody was bothered? They thought I was being extra. But you see, when she admitted it, well, on your 17th birthday, I said, look at this.
Yeah, she did kidnap me.
Look at this. And this guy went round telling everybody all kind of foolishness. People have no idea. I should be, when they talk about bitter, I should be bitter.
This is what I'm saying.
I should be
I was
so
like,
bitter.
I was like to your friend, like, she has every right to be bitter. She's not bitter, but if that was the case, then she has every right to be, considering all the things my man has put her through. And he was just like, oh, you're right. I'm just thinking, you have a cheek to be like,
making out. Like
making
I'm like that
statements
bit,
like
that
you're
bit
just
of,
erratic.
the thing
like,
is though, who's happy if their man or woman just gets up and leave them after investing
exactly,
years
with
and
no
all kind of stuff into your man or woman? Who's happy?
explanation.
When people say that, it just makes me sick. Disillusioned, shocked, like horrified, disbelief would be more accurate. Distraught.
Adjectives.
They'd be more accurate. But you see what it is that people listen to foolishness. They like what they hear. They like it. Yeah.
Mad.
Ask them to ask you. I've got receipts.
People
mate.
love gossip, innit? Especially in Birmingham.
They got nothing to do.
Because it's so dead.
That's why.
They think, yeah, you know what, I'm not on anything, so I'm just going to chat your business because I'm bored. Because it's dead.
If they were like, if you were bitter, to be honest, I mean, who would really be alright with someone stealing their child? And to make it worse, who did I see from, I told you I saw that big rapper, in the airport. When he got on the aeroplane to New York and he stopped, he kept looking at me and I was so, in such a mess, from De La Soul, I didn't even say, Wagwan, and he kept looking.
From you should have hollered at him still.
I was just in such a mess. And at that point, I was just more scared that I'd let you go, and if you were coming back, and who knew that must be.
And it was
my intuition was right on.
Yeah, the whole time I was out there, I was just thinking like, yo, like I wanted to call you in it, and I kept saying to my, let me call my mom. I want to call my mom. Was not listening, and of course I'm like 4, 5. So it just seems like, homesickness, whatever. But the whole time I'm just thinking, this does not feel right.
When she called on your birthday, acting like, you're the best of friends you had spoken to her
Annie,
since that
I don't
day.
even know you like that.
When you said to her, hang on, I remember you being in the hotel room, you telling my not to bring me back to England.
She kept telling
not to allow me to speak to my mom, and you were kidnapping me.
Out. Yeah.
When you said all of that, to be fair, that's the first time you were telling me.
No, I have said it before, but I didn't speak in detail. I remember.
You did not tell me.
Listen,
I was sat in Mono. People in Birmingham know Mono. And one of my cousins, she's not with us anymore. She passed on. And if my other cousin has an honest bone in her body, I sat in Mono saying, I don't know where my child is. I'm calling the numbers, and the hotel. Here's the hotel number that he said he's at. When I called, there's nobody of that name.
Yeah.
The poor person in America
and
actually tried to help me.
Different names
They helped me to try to call around the hotels in New York. How many people would forgive people who stole their child? You know what? I'm so easy on people, they just don't get it. I know why though. I really do believe in what you sow. You be ready, washed, plait your hair, make sure you eat, pack your bag, and he wouldn't turn up.
Yeah, just taking me to his girlfriend's yards and all family members that aren't even related to me, just taking me anywhere.
This is what people don't understand about narcissistic relationships. And then the sad thing is that the law
allows
says
them
they've
to have
got rights. Pure trickery, pure head games. They don't care about the child. All they care about is winning.
Well,
that's all it's about.
Yeah, they make a few appearances at good,
and,
big events.
And fill their call log to say, look, I always call, but that's all it's for, nothing else. Toxic relationships, toxic parenting, toxic choices, like, you get in relationships, you don't, and the thing is, you forget that your actions affect those children, and then, with people like that, they don't think children have feelings.
But at the same time, if you went down the other path, then it probably would have been worse. So you still have to make decisions anyway, because it's just life. You gotta just pick whatever's suited, whatever seems correct.
I feel some people are too flippant when it comes to their children.
Yeah.
If that's the case, you want to put your man or your woman first.
Don't have kids.
Don't have kids. If you're putting pum and penis first, get out. Go in the bin. You and you trifling new girl, new man with kids, and you're dissing your own children, I don't care. Go in the bin. Because what you do, if that's the case then, I actually have respect for people that say, I don't like kids, I don't want them. Now, for me, you're also
us a
showing
favour.
me, you're doing us a favour. It's less people on Jeremy Kyle
Selfish.
and all of those places with people saying, where were ya? Where were ya?
Trust.
Where were you though? I don't want to talk about it. Life was hard for me.
Come on, accept me. I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
You're doing children and the world at large a favour because, to be honest, you
Don't need
cannot
ya.
be a human being without going through the stages, which is you're someone's
Develop,
child.
yeah.
You didn't jump off a spaceship. You came from somebody too. So
Some
all these
people
people
believe that.
thinking that they're special because they hate kids, you're not making sense. It would be better if you just said, I'm selfish. And then people say having children is narcissistic.
So that you can be obsessed with
Right.
like, just
But really, you're just grown children, but also being narcissistic by saying it, because if it's narcissistic to have children, I am sure some parents, people that do have children, are being narcissistic. But if that was the case, then life at large is narcissistic. Therefore, why is life dishing out wombs and sperm?
free will.
Think about what you're saying. At the end of the day, clearly, to have children, to repopulate is life. If nobody has children, then we're dead. Do we need to really... People aren't saying the right things as being dumb.
I was gonna say something, but you know, like they're already trying to depopulate us anyway.
Exactly. Narcissists. Remember, the narcissist's plan is to delete and kill and destroy.
Let's go.
So if that's your mindset, you need some help.
You need the Lord.
Right. And that doesn't mean I'm saying everybody should have kids. You should want kids. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. But to hate a child is just hating yourself.
Well, some people don't deserve children.
It makes sense.
They don't deserve children and they don't know how to parent.
Selfish.
So it's just like,
you're just selfish. Just say I'm too selfish. I'm a big grown child myself. Self-centered. That's all you are.
so let's talk about, like, you know, the people in this question. Why do you not feel like they should be put as first? So you got the...
Why don't I think that, well, the side chick just needs to get...
No, she's not even part of the...
She needs to
girl
get
here.
some confidence, man. There's so much people in the
Man you
world.
could find.
So much man in the world. She needs to check why she feels that she can't just get a man of her own.
Yeah.
And all of that too, I can take your man nonsense. Are you a prostitute? Listen, hand
The thing
hand
is...
out some cards.
Wait,
Because
pause,
women
pause,
like me,
pause.
if the side chick would just come forward and say, it come to my attention through my vagina that your man is messing around, then that would have saved me a lot of heartache. I think you should set up business and it should be, I can take your man. What you got to ask
Some
yourself
people do
is,
that already, you know.
what you got to ask yourself is, are you a hoe?
Well, obviously.
It's as simple as that. Because
You're taking somebody else's money off.
Yeah, but some girls, that's how they get confidence boost.
Exactly.
You got pass round penis that needs to be in the
Community
pass round
big.
pussy. So you guys need to just come in,
Settle.
get together, and then that will sift out all the crap. Sift you out, and there we go. All the
can have
good ones
good
can come
ones.
together.
Yeah. We've been destroying the good ones for the bad ones.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean is, there'll be good guys, but we say, you're too boring, man, dry, man. Need some entertainment, like.
This is true.
Or you're not promiscuous enough.
Mm.
And then we go for the bad guy that just destroys.
He came to destroy
Everything.
your life. He came. He's an ark.
And then we complain. No, you went there. You went for the wrong one.
Mm.
And then we turn the good guy into the bad guy.
And there was always red flags, you know.
Always.
Don't get me wrong, like with my situation, the type of men that I've gone for, they act and they're extremely Academy Award winning actors. You just don't know. You don't believe they could be what they actually are. You just didn't see.
Deceitful.
So deceitful. But nevertheless, there's still always red flags. You just chose not to pay
In
attention.
denial and you just get
You were love bombed.
love bombed.
Look it up. Love bombed.
rose tinted
Feels
glasses.
lovely. It feels it's euphoric, but it's not real.
They
And
just-
that
they
love bomb
just-
can
take you out.
continue for years, you know.
They're just imitating you though, that's the
Mhm.
worst part.
Mm.
That's why when they ask me,
It's
what do you
called-
like in a guy?
It's called
I'm not telling you.
mirroring.
Yeah.
Look that up too.
All the mirroring and that. I just
Mirroring.
what do you like in a guy? What type of guys do you like? Da, da, da. I'm not telling you nothing.
Nothing,
I keep
Ron.
telling them no cheat codes for you. You just gotta work it out, fam. No cheat codes. You do something wrong, you done something wrong. That's it. I'm not gonna morph you into something that you're not.
Not yeah. Just be honest about
And then
who
you
are.
complain and say,
Oh, that was nice.
I can't be the man that you want. Get
No,
out.
be the man that you want. Who are
Exactly.
you?
All this, you're good for me.
Mm-mm.
Bye. I want to hear it. Be good for yourself.
That's right.
Be good for me too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not always me give energy and you take and don't pass it back.
You know what? We have to spend more time on ourselves, and I did have that period where I spent some time on myself, and it was, yes, you know, I was getting better. I was getting very lit. And I didn't even jump in that relationship straight away. He had to convince me. But gosh, he was very convincing. You know what? And you know when you really get to the bottom of these people, you know that saying, "Oh, you'd ruin my life."
Yeah.
He'd ruin my life. Some people set out to do just that, and it's not just men. There are women out there that
Of
see a
course.
guy and they're like, "Yeah, him. Oh, I'm gonna ruin this. Oh, I'm gonna ruin him," and they mean it.
If it's not
They mean
for
it.
their like attributes of what they have.
They mean it. They're what they came to ruin your life. That's how they get their kicks. Straight up.
It's like them
She's a fool for
trolls,
me,
innit?
innit? She's dickhead.
That's just sad. Like, why do you really want to go around your whole life destroying people?
That's another thing. Sometimes you get these people that think they're the upgrade.
Don't start me off.
You are the
could never-
new fool. That's all you are. You might be pretty. You could be prettier. You might be more intelligent. You could have more money. Maybe you're empathic, but you are still the new fool. You are that person that will tolerate the new-ish. And you could stay with that person. This is lovely for me. You're
Course.
toxic.
No, but at the same time,
And
I
whether that's
trained
man
him.
or woman, exactly.
trained him.
Yeah, everything
Say
you're
it.
getting is my work. Yeah,
You're taking
what you're
crumbs.
taking
leftovers.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. It was my work, and you're welcome. But it's still not real, and you are still a new fool.
Nobody can stand me.
That's right. So yeah, I just feel like, to be honest, at my big age, I had to take even more time on myself. And I think I remember going to a counsellor, and this counsellor in particular said, you know what, you are like an onion and you have so many layers. So once you've got to one layer, you think, yeah, good now.
Next team.
You'll realise how, hang on, you mean there's the next thing. You're forever working on yourself, or you should be. You don't have to. But if you're one of those people that, you know, it's about becoming better, you'll find that you're only scratching the surface sometimes. But it's all good. It's painful sometimes, but I think it's entirely necessary
It's needed.
to know yourself.
Then you'll
You
stop
get the
making
best
same
life,
mistakes.
yeah. You get your best life. To be honest, even with the experience of narcissism so heavily in my life, it's not just the men. Like, you have to have been brought up in it normally to have ended up in it in the first place. You'll find that the truth is that these people are very insecure, they're very damaged, and instead of dealing with their toxicity, they've just covered it over and whined you. That's all it is. They're not more confident than you. They might keep getting away with it. You're just thinking, why is everyone like them?
They're bare insecure.
They're very deeply damaged and insecure. And actually, they've come to drain your essence like a mosquito. It's your energy they want. It's all you. They're not loving you. They're loving you, loving them. I say it again. They're loving you, loving them. Period. If they could bite you in the neck and suck your blood, they would. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, listening to us ring-a-ding-ding.
Like, comment and subscribe, guys, and follow us on our social medias.
Do that.
Everything will be in the description box, so add it up and that.